Hello out there. My name is James. Title of this video, what made me decide to do a video on YouTube. And I just wanted to start out. I'm not very popular. I'm just a very low key kind of guy. And most stuff I usually catch is something local around where I live at, in the city where I live at, and the outskirts of where I live at. And start out with something that is small, then gradually still still feeling my way and still how to edit, instead of practicing on working on camera shots and doing videos and things like that. What drew me to YouTube was everybody has a different outtake and unique perspective on the latest things are out there, the latest whatever community that it depends on where you're at and where you reside at. For me, I just start out just with the basic and everything. But I'm just an average guy. What can I say about myself? Uh, I've been on YouTube for about going on since 2017, and just gradually, I spend more time watching videos than making videos. But when I make videos, I don't make a video like this. So now I just want to see what I look like come back into the camera instantly, as far as making videos of myself and on different topic and subject. And I guess some people have a certain style and flair on what makes them so unique on video. Some people have their own following. Some people have that. They have that it. And I'm just one of the people. I'm just right in between. It's like, yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's kind of boring. Just whatever. So I have my own pace, my own time. But who cares? I just enjoy doing what I do for right now. Just going at my own pace and not stepping on someone's foot. Trying to do something original, not trying to carbon copy anybody's style or trying to affect it, have my own way. And I do chime on some other people's video when it comes to certain topics, whatever is political or whatever is economical or something like that, whether it happens into a certain demographic of the communities and things like that, religious, politics, and things like that, and just to really give an outlook, an outtake. A lot of people I have watched really help me shape and form and really look at life a little bit different and keep an open mind. And I also see that they have so many subscribers, that over a certain amount of subscribers, that when you get so popular, you have what they call the haters coming at you. I've heard stories about that people they try to they're jealous at you. They don't like you when you get to a certain degree, certain popularity. I've heard things like that too. And it's just that I think people who are popular, some people have good material and some people don't have a good marketability to market whatever people that is out there that would get what they give their ear to listen to. Sometimes it could be a certain look, sometimes it could be a certain charisma, and some people just get it and some people don't. Just it's the way life is, and I guess it's just picking up your own audience because some people you're going to impress and some people are not. Some people are just like sway with the wind. Some people are there's different type of people out there. There's people that are very intellectual, willing to learn, and you got some people that got their mind in the gutter and they like chaos and they like to fight. They like someone going at it, and they just like gossip. You have people out there, and you've seen it on different whatever platforms you've been out there. Someone is causing gossip about someone in the political world, someone in the religious world, or something on that category, and it gets so many views. And and then you have to be wise on if you do a video about a celebrity or something like that, that you don't carbon copyright whatever the material is, or take someone's copyright away. Otherwise, they can report your channel, and that's something you have to look at. You also got to worry about people stalking you. Some people who have mental issues. You have people who are like that. They have people, and I really feel for those people that do, because you got some. You never know when you have a computer what's on the other side of that computer, or laptop, or personal, or PC, or phone. You never know what type of individuals you're dealing with. I just can't imagine being a celebrity myself, because the more popular you are, and the more money you make, the more craziness you attract. And sometimes it's good to stay normal and stay, I guess in a way, it's kind of funny, stay unattractive. If you know what I mean. Like there was a time you kind of admire some people that are very attractive and very charismatic that some people are drawn. And that could sound like it could be a good thing. But then again, it could be a bad thing, because you don't know what type of people are out there that you attract. And then when you attract some crazy people that have some mental issues, I've noticed in the past, even when I was out there and I was meeting women offline about 10 years ago, and they look good. I mean, some women you can come across, you see their physical physique, you see their, you see their body, their face, their beauty, the whole attribute, and even some have pretty decent jobs. But when you sit down and talk with some women, and I know there's some guys probably experience this, sometimes some women ain't wrapped too tight. Just because someone is very attractive, it doesn't mean that they're for you. And then you have some people that's so attractive that they just think that they're just a god. Then they think like they're so perfect, they don't even need to be in your presence. You have people like that. You have people that feel like you don't belong in their company because of the way they are and the way they express themselves. And sometimes it could be a lonesome journey, but again, it could be a blessing, because if you had all these people that's in your corner, and you was involved with a whole conjunction of people and being popular, whatever, you screw up or something like that, and some hater come along and spread some false lies about you. So that's one of the things you have to worry about. There's some people, they love to cause chaos. They live for that stuff all the time. They live for it. No matter, it could be someone who you know, who you went to school with, in your neighborhood. It could be a neighbor. It could be someone in your family. There's always somebody that loves to spread gossip. You give them something to gossip about, they have never have nothing good to say. So you have to. So even though you're popular and you have that draw, there's a downfall to it, because people they have a natural ability to be jealous at you, because it's something that your persona, your appeal is. And some people have the appeal and some people don't. Myself, I consider myself an average guy, and it's okay to be average, because I don't think I'm too ugly, but at the same time, in the way that I say, I don't want to be too attractive, because I want to be in between. There's a certain contingent of people that like me, and that I'm appeal to, because a lot of people, and I don't feel bad if I don't appeal to a good percentage of people, because you got some people on some hierarchy stuff, and no matter, from all walks of life. So it really you get to the point in life, you really don't care. I understand when you get to it used to be, when I was young, I used to be worried to let things like that insecure me, made me feel insecure, because you always want to be like some people that No matter if you had a friend that just have it, they have the confidence, and you say, "Wow, look at that person. They got that confidence, and they get what they want right there, and they get the person that they have." But the thing about it is, it's not what they get, is what can they hold on to. Because sometimes some people will treat you like yesterday's trash. One minute you popular, you happy, you the happiness dude. When you have money and you have fame, you the happiness person. But soon, when your popularity fall off, people all of a sudden they withdraw back. They withdraw their hand. They withdraw they step away from you. You become a stiff board. You become like a dead tree out there in the woods. You're another tree, and that's the truth. And so and so sometimes it's good not to have a lot of people in your life. And when I was younger, I couldn't see stuff like that because I feel like if you don't have enough friends, something it can be pretty lonely. But sometimes, as I get older, it's okay to be alone. You know why? Because you never know, the people who're supposed to be your friends could bring chaos to your life. You have to watch who comes through your life and what their purpose and what their plan is there for. Are they there to love you as an individual, or are they there to expect something, to get something from you? And so you have to be very wise on who you bring into your life, who you meet in your life. And even when I was out there in the dating world, I've learned that too, because I would see very different attractive women, and they know they wasn't appealing. They didn't find some I wouldn't appeal to, and they didn't find me appealing. In some cases, I didn't even find them appealing, because really it takes two to find each other appealing. I mean, because while they're looking for some flaws, you seeing what kind of flaws is on the inside of them, because they might have a certain attitude, a certain persona that they come across that might just be a turnoff. As soon as they open up their mouth, they might let something come out, and it might just turn you off. I mean, but you didn't see it when you first met them on the appearance, and so that's what I've learned. And so I learned in time that really it's just good to be with one person. When the time comes, if God blessed me to have a wife, that's whatever nationality that she is. Really you get down to the point that it's the personality of a person that you're gonna have to live with, because the looks is going to fade, and love is a test of loyalty. Because some people are they gonna get up and run because you're not this way, what they perceive and what they was looking forward in the future. Do they know how to love? And then you have some people that don't know how to love, that don't know how to be faithful. That's a fact. That some people are like that. They don't know how to be a faithful person. They don't know how to be a faithful mate. They don't know how to be, and so therefore they go from relationship after relationship, or they determine a sexual relationship by having this one so many different partners, and they still back being alone. And because every person that they thought was attractive, that might have found them attractive, they never look inner deep of what is the solid goal or plan of this person in their life. Because some people are there for a moment, and some people are there to get what they want, and they want to see what you can offer. And if you have some type of talent and you have some type of ability to make the money, they'll stand by you. If you was like, let's say for example, if I was a multi-billionaire, millionaire, something like that, you'd be surprised how many people that would be bothered with me with the time of day would probably ignore me as a fart in the wind, so to speak. But if I was a person that was on TV and making money, you'd be surprised that you would see the people that you would see their true nature. Like this, you would see, what would you be around this dude? You're not that type of person that would be around this person, because you could tell by certain people's persona. Because what it is that they want to see what they can get and gain from you. So you have to watch for people like that. it's in all walks of human existence and human life. There's always somebody is there for a wrong reason, and very few there people there for the right reason. And you just have to be a very discerning person. So this is what I've learned off of YouTube, and just learn from different individuals that kind of spiritually listen to what God given wisdom that God have given them to share with the world. And that's one of the things I've learned from in different individuals in different sectors of the community, particularly in the spiritual, God-given spiritual community that has, because they're the ones that have the right wisdom, those who are believers in Yeshua, Yah, or some people call him Jesus, some people call him God. So I stay in that particular group, around that group of people. All these other people that's not like that, they are off in some craziness. I really don't be bothered with them, because what do they have to really offer to bring as far as intelligence, other sense of nonsense? And whatever you entertain in your spirit, and whatever goes through your ear gates and through your eye gates, eventually it goes in your heart. Then it comes out vile and foul, and it changes your whole perception. And that is so true. You have to watch what you see and what you hear on the radio, on TV, what you see with your eyes, and what you speak out of your mouth, because something that goes in your ears can go down into your heart, and it can change your whole spirit on the way you look at life. And that's so true. Like, 1 minute you may be a person that maybe you never curse a lot, or cuss a lot, but you hear a lot of people cussing and blaspheming the name of God. Next thing you know, you accidentally you listen to enough of that, you hear picking up, not subconsciously, you're not even know that you're picking up somebody's bad habits. You have a lot of people with bad habits out there. And so I learned from that. And really just to come to the YouTube, just to really, just have fun, I mean, if it have a good marketing strategy to market something, it'll come. But I'm just enjoying it, even enjoying other people's channels, the ones that I'm registered in. Some people I'm not really registered to their platform, but I really enjoyed the wisdom that they have to bring, because it's good to learn from other people. And it depends on who you listen to. Some people are just plain out fools, and some people are intellectually, but whatever is bad, it seems like the Most High God got something good for people who have something intelligent and something brilliant to affect thousands to millions of people. And then you have your sector out there that would entertain foolishness, and it's always like that. It has a whole. There's no different boundary when it comes to social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or one of these other social platforms. You always have someone in their own different lane. And so that's what really got me to watching and learn. I'll watch more than I ever. This is my first time I've done a video, like sort of like a live stream, even though I don't have too many people. They're gonna probably watch it after I get done with the stream, just to hear what kind of person that I am, and give you a good idea of who I am, and basically just have an intellect. Because maybe some people don't take the time and ask this question: what draw you to YouTube? What draw you to listen, to watch it? Because some things are really interesting that I find more on YouTube, where people go and research, and they share what they have with the public than the news. I mean, there's times I don't even really feel like watching TV, because it's the same bull crap. It's the same boring stuff. I mean, it used to be TV was entertaining. I don't even hardly watch videos and movies anymore. A friend of mine, John, he's a friend of mine. He said, "Do you go and see a movie?" This every so often I'll go to a movie theater, but it seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like maybe it's me. It's just certain things ain't like they used to. You get to a certain point in life, you start seeing so much the reality of this world. It changes you. Even some things that you grow wise of that you don't want to really entertain because whatever you take into your spirit, it affects you in your walk, in your everyday walk. It really does. It affects you the way you think. It affects you the way you perceive things, way you perceive people, and you have to be very wise. And I have to learn this over time on what you take in information. It can also depress you, just like the regular news. Something can depress you. Um, it's amazing how music or even listen to some individuals can get you riled up and get you filled with anger. Anger can turn to hate if you don't have no balance with truth. And so that's what I've learned too. Um, what else have I learned off? Just different. Everybody has a different personality. That's what I like about the people that I sign up with that I watch the entertainment page. What I like about them is that they have a different personality. They have a unique personality. They have a certain amount of followings and stuff like that. And it's cool. That they have more people than way more people than I do, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not jealous at them. I'm not gonna tear them down and rip them down because hey, they put in the time and effort to market themselves to be what that attract hundreds of people to their channel. They got something good to say. They got something really interesting to put up there to really entertain people. Where you have some people who don't. So that's one of the reasons why I like coming to YouTube. And I've learned so much. I mean, there's some things I've learned off of YouTube that I didn't even learn in church. I mean, it's crazy. It's some things that I'm like, wow. that I've been to church and I've listened to pastors and stuff. And every once in a while, they'll bring an anointed message. But I've never. There's certain times that it's like it goes back to the same routine over and over and over. And it seemed like when you go to, for example, you go to church, it seemed like it's the same old thing. And to the point that when you go to church, you can't really tell their difference from the world because their actions and stuff like that, their personality. And I know that, realistically, that that the church is not going, this church on this earth, in certain places, not going to be like heaven. You're always going to have a conflict of people that they got certain issues and they kind of standoffish and things like that. And the reason why I believe some people stop going to church because they don't see God and they don't see what they going to represent in the church. And of course, there's some scandals, but people they start to see much of the world like they do. And here, church is supposed to separate themselves from the world, as far as music, as far as personality, as far as understanding who you're going to worship and praise, and to be like the one who died for your sins, so you can have that relationship with the most high. And what you have is people reading the book, but the book is not reading them. They're not being convicted. They feel like if they take the Bible, they feel like they can persecute and whip other people with the Bible, but at the same time, they don't take their own advice of what they give to other people and teach online or teach on television or teach in person. You see a whole different side where they don't follow. They don't carry their ambassadorship of what the word spread and put on them as a spirit put on them. They're not trying to be what the spirit who gave it to the ones to interpret, so we can be like the ones. So one day when we leave this earthly body and be up in the heavens with him, we able to work all that out. But you have some people are just trying to compete with the world. They with basically with Satan's kingdom and trying to be popular. Everybody want to be well liked. They just want to be accepted. And no matter how low that they can't tell is something being twisted, something being turned to what was once bad, now it's good. And it's you can't now it's to the point it's getting more like that with was bad once was good, now it's bad. So now you have that going on. So this is what you see in social media in the world today. So a lot of people can tell. So that's why a lot of people, even some people who are Christians, probably wondering why did some people stop? Why they getting out of the church? And it's just because they don't go to church. But one thing I learned about people, you don't have to really know to go to church. When you be around people, you can be around people and read what kind of spirit that they got. Either they like you, they want to like you, or they don't want to like you, or they want to be bothered with you. And sometimes I have seen people being prejudiced in the church. I have seen prejudice in the church, right in front of God's holy eyes, in his spirit and his son. People go and they don't want to grab hands and pray, stand in agreement with the other, turn around, acknowledge each other. The pastor says, turn around and acknowledge your neighbor. You got some people who don't even want to look to even acknowledge their neighbor. They would rather avoid you than they acknowledge you. This is what you see in some churches. So you see enough of that. If you don't have a strong enough spirit, that can really discourage people from not tending the church. This is just one of the many examples that why some people stop going to church. And sometimes it starts at the head. You have certain pastors out there, not all, but ministers and pastors and people who are leaders don't set the example. They're given a responsibility, but they don't set the example for themselves. They don't mind tongue lashing the congregation out there, but they don't follow their own advice. When the Bible was closed, what you see, okay, this is a man of God, but you see him acting pretty much like the world. You see sometimes he might take something, it sounds good, and you can tell where God was talking because it start registering your spirit. And it's all of a sudden, he put his interpretation on it and it makes it the next 30, 40, 50 minutes about him or his personal experiences and leave some things instead of sticking with the Bible and letting the Bible come into fruition what it is today. You have people that when they go out there and teach the word, they want to bring it to them. They want the focus be on them and their experiences. But instead of overall experiences, that keeps it on the word, in the word, within the word, so people can have interpret and bring it out and let the Spirit of God bring it to their understanding, not what they think, but let the Spirit of God do what He has to do to basically give them a better interpretation. And there's some people I find online do an excellent job, more than some people that go to church, particularly people who are in the Hebraic faith. You have some awesome people that I've learned more about, understanding more about the kingdom of God than I did with the church. This is the truth, and it's to the point that I can see why some people get discouraged, not wanting to be socializable. Then when you get to church, why don't you bring someone to church with you? Then you think to yourself, why I want to bring someone to church? You act snotty to me, Now I gotta go and see another person, bring them, and I want them to see the love of God, but all they see is click and clout. All they see is what the world is the same thing that they see. They took out their time to come and hear the word, and they looking for the ambassadors of God, Jesus Christ, but you're not perpetuating Jesus Christ. You're perpetuating the world. You're saying to the world, you're saying to these individuals, don't touch me because you're not attractive. You don't touch me because you don't look what I appeal to. I don't even want to get to know you. This is what people do to other people. And so when people recognize you don't like this, so you think some people think themselves, well, why do I even have to? If I can deal with this, I might as well stay out here in the world and just not even go. And it makes some of these bad churches make some of these good churches that way, and it's the good churches that don't have that kind of spirit, that don't have that kind of mindset, that they're pastors that know how to go out there and properly love people without saying that they have to be a certain gender, they have to be a certain culture, they have to be a certain class, they have to be a certain economic status, because not everybody start out on the same way in life. And that's true. So some people don't start on the same road in life. So that's the reason why some people is giving up. Some people and it's sad because something then you might have some people that turned their heart away from God, heart away from his son Yeshua, Jesus, what we know some people know Jesus Christ. Because what is the fault? Some people who have knowledge of what Jesus is, have no knowledge of who God is, but then they so want to whip the word, tongue lash it, but they don't allow the Spirit to convict them of it, so they can change their ways and their mindset, so they can draw other people in. That's the truth. So that's why that's a different perspective about church. I mean, pretty much people like the world. So some people are already said they out there clubbing, dancing, and gambling and fornicating, having sex outside of marriage, drugs, alcohol, and things like that. Sometimes they feel like they're trying to find a group of people that what they fit into. And that's true. Where you have people out here, this is a doggy dog world. And every day it gets doggy dog worse. And it's a me, myself, and I. It can come down to your own family. It just is a me, myself, and I. It's a me, myself, and I kind of world. That's what it is. And so this is what I've learned even off of watching video in different clips and different topics and subjects and things like that. But I'm gonna have some people that probably watch this video, and some people I may not appeal to, and some people I don't. But to myself, I'm having fun, and that's all I can say. There's some people I don't appeal to. Some people may like me on here, and some people that don't. But that's just the world. I just come to realize that's the way the world is. Some people have their own favorites, and some people don't. And some people don't like the way someone look. I mean, you'd be surprised when a person don't like you, don't like the way you look. And whether it could be of the same skin tone or different skin tone. The jealousy, the hatred is the same. Just the same, the jealousy, the hatred, just don't like a person. Some people just don't like, some people are just wicked. And they love being wicked. And so, hey, I hope I attract good people more than wicked people. If that's the case, then hopefully there's someone who see this video, I will attract the good, sensible people. I don't want the nonsense people. If they try to expect nonsense, then hey, my channel ain't nonsense. And it's boring, hey, it may take me a slower pace, but it may me take a certain slower pace, but eventually I'll have my own people, the people that I attract to will understand just by the way I present this. Because sometimes it's not what appears on the outside, it's what's said, what is said from the inside to the outside. That's what counts. That what really makes a difference in an individual's life. And that very so true. So that's what had me to draw here. And so I wanted to get on here tonight and basically make a short video and and just going at my own pace. And whoever likes this video, they like it. The ones that they just want to view it, just pass it by like people been doing already. It's no difference. But either way, I'm going to have a fun time making this video. But my name is James, and for all of you out there and those who starting up a YouTube video, it takes time. I'm still. Some people say it takes time, and some people is I guess is what you got, what your content, what you got, what is appealing to some people, and some people you have your own niche of people. Some people are young, some people are old, some people are rally and dally, and some people might think you're phony. Some people think you're real. Just if you starting out a video like myself, you ain't been getting the audience for years. Hey, it comes with time. I've heard everybody else was been through the same thing. Everybody have their own niche, and sooner or later I have my own niche, people. So, and just so that's how I look at it. And right now I'm just enjoying watching other people and their content. In the meantime, but I just wanted to make a video about this, and a little bit more about myself. I can tell you a little bit. Give you. I must be on here in the next 10, maybe 15 minutes. A little bit more about myself. I live in Ohio. I've been in this particular city, Columbus, for the past 12 years. I was born in Cleveland, reared around Youngstown. I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio. Lived right over the border into Kentucky, and it's been an interesting journey. When you live different places, even though it's not like clear across the country like some people, or over to another country, but living in a certain span of the United States, or so many miles or ratio, life has really shown you the difference in your territory of where you're from and where you're going. And I thank God for the change, because for different, because when you come from a town or city where you're from, you ever notice when you go back to that city or town, time never left. People have the same mindset, and some people even resent you that you got up and changed for the better. But they could have had that same opportunity to change, but they didn't want to change. So they still they stuck in poverty. They stuck, lack of resources. They stuck, and when the opportunity present itself, they should have went for it. But most people don't, and it's really sad. And so I don't regret. I wish I could have did it much sooner at the time, but time is right. I'm in the present time. I did right where I'm at, and I'm glad where I'm at right now. And but I would encourage anybody, if you ever live in an area and it gets boring, get out of that city, get out of that town. If it's not offering much, but low wage job, if you get an opportunity, if a door crack open and you have to leave, because some place might be better. In another city could be a lot better than where the town where you at. And I was one of the people, like some people, didn't want to do a change because you stuck with the friends that you stuck with, the environment that you're used to. But sometimes some environments will push you to change for the better, change for your family, for yourself, for your sanity. And a different atmosphere can make you can live longer, want to look forward to better too. Wherever you live at can change the way you think. It changed the way everything, your physical appearance and everything. And but if you ever get an opportunity, I would get up and see if you ever make enough money up to do it, to travel. If you ever, I know it's kind of hard, but just put a little for some of us. We have to put a little to aside. Some people, they have something, boom, they got like that. They make a certain amount of, you know, finances to go. But if you ever get an opportunity, someone to pay your way, or somehow you get away, just get away and go. If it's go to see a relative or friend, go. Get out your environment. It's not. That's what it's so much worth it just to get away and discover a new city, a new town. You might like it, and so that's what I've learned. Being from living in 3 different cities, and it's been it can help me appreciate life because I didn't want to stay stuck in the same place where I was at. Because if I would have stayed in the same place, I would have been able to move. I wouldn't been able to advance. You'd be like some people, you still stuck in a time warp, and they can never move because they don't want to change. And so if you ever get it, I encourage you to get up and job, education, whatever. It could be something in the service. It could be something, an opportunity. It might be scary because you're wondering how financially you're going to manage, but that's where you have to step on faith. You really have to step on faith and believe that in God and can open up doors, and you in yourself can make the way. So that's what I learned. I'm glad I'm kind of, this ain't for everybody. This ain't, what I'm telling you ain't for everybody. To some people it might sound boring, it might sound cliche, whatever. But somebody, if it can affect one person and give them something to think about, then that's all what matters. That's get up and move, get up and try something different. I've always been that kind of person that did to try something different. Don't want to keep doing what everybody else is doing. Even if they do it, they may not do it, but find your own direction, find your own way. You can't appease everybody. You can't fit in with everybody. You can't fit in where some people don't want you to click in. That's it. You can't go along because some people don't like you. So they're basically telling you so many through their actions. They avoid you. They don't want to be around you. And that could be a good thing because you might be a person that's special that have something to give it to someone who's worthy of your time. A lot of people ain't worthy. A lot of people ain't worthy of what God's gifted me to give to them because sometimes it could be simply because not what they look like, it's their personality. Some people just got a bad personality. They, for no reason, they just got, some people are narcissistic, arrogant, stuck up. Well, I want to be around people like that. They so much full of themselves, or they have to exercise their insecurity on someone who maybe not being so combative with them. So they have to exercise. I have come across people like that. So sometimes some things are just a blessing. Oh, it's just a blessing. It's a blessing. Sometimes it's a blessing to be alone. If anybody could take my advice, the less people you have in your life, the longer probably lifespan you have. The less people is in your life, the longer you have. But when you have a whole lot of people in your life, out of a certain percentage of those people, someone's going to give you some drama. Somebody's going to start some drama. Someone you got to get into an argument. Someone you have to get into a physical altercation. So sometimes my way in life is to keep my blood pressure down, keep my stress level down. Sometimes it's good that if a person don't come into your life to bless your life, to preserve your life, then they don't need to be. Then if they don't come in to be a blessing and help you preserve your life, they don't need to be in your life. And I don't care what income bracket you are, what class that you are, whether you're very, very rich to very, very poor. When it comes down to it, we all Here's what we all have in common. No matter how educated you are, no matter what your family name is, no matter what your looks are, at the end of the day, there's two places you there's death and taxes, and they both of these are permanent. But also the other things that is permanent too, like disasters and tragedies and things like that, and unexpected events. That's a third thing that can come up. So some people try to think they only got a perfect world for so long till tragedy stops, and say tragedies here and cause chaos and destruction, illnesses, maybe death. That's the reality of this world. And some people bring that incident as a good thing because God has to shield us away from people who bring that kind of stuff. And I thank God because I've come across some females that could have brought death to my doorstep. Thank God I didn't come across no female like that. And I hope I don't ever come across a female like that. Just simply because, and we see it because they look. But you have to understand the way evil is. Evil don't come looking like evil or ugly, because evil knows that you have to be beautiful and suave to come into the picture. See, that's what some people don't understand. That's why they get hurt, because if they expect someone is unattractive, this is the way the mindset of the world is. Somebody don't look like they don't have much to offer, bring tragedy, but someone who's good looking can bring the things, and everybody want to be around and everybody want to worship. But you don't know the very person you might find attractive, whether you're male attracted to a female, vice versa, could be the very person you think you look at on the outside, you don't look spiritually on the inside. It could be something total destruction that's coming your way. So you have to be wise on looking beyond the look of appearance of a person and what's coming at. And then when you meet people, I've learned this. Someone gave me, someone who mentored me gave me this advice. Ask God, what is this person's plan? Are they really there to be your friend? Are they really there to be your confidant and stand by you? Question that. Ask that. What is this person's plan? Because some people God can send, and some people the devil can send. And sometimes, because the devil sent because when God puts something in you to bring about, here comes Satan bringing somebody around you from any walks of life to try to pull you down. I've counted that in my lifetime. Sometimes, just because you get older, some people don't realize I may have a certain naive, a nice face, but I got a whole lot of wisdom. I have a whole lot of wisdom. Don't let this face fool you. It's not about being bad. It's not about trying to knock out everybody in the world or being Mr. Don't know. It's just simply I know how to stay away from people and let them and pray that harm don't come to them. Because maybe when they try to inflict harm come to me or gossip about a person like myself, they don't know I might have favor with God. He might take it personal. And then, a calamity can fall on them. And there's some people like that. It's good that some people, that if you ever think about this, it's good that they don't be in your life. Because if God got a hand on you and they hurt you or offend you, he takes it personal. And then he has to bring something on them. That's the truth. So sometimes he preserves us for himself. Sometimes I know it's hard to walk in this world and seem like you're alone. I mean, it looks like you're alone in the natural. But if you have a certain relationship with the Most High, you're not alone. And he's always faithful. He will never turn on you. When people, whether they're in your family, whether they're your neighbor, whether they're someone 1 year or 100 years, can turn on you just like that. They can turn on you just like in a snap of a finger. and God can reveal their heart. Sometimes we don't have no choice but to count on God. So that's the advice I want to leave today. And I hope someone will take this advice and go with it. And just those who enjoyed this video, bless you. Those that don't like it, well, then you know who you are. You know who you represent. It is what it is. There's some people that represent who's of goodness, and there's some people who represent is of evil. And one thing about like social media, you never know who's evil when evil is looking, and you never know who's good. Only the one who made us know who's good and who's evil. So that's just something to put to mind. And sometimes it's good not to be popular. There was one time when I wanted to be popular, wanted to be an actor, but I feel sorry for some actors and famous people, because you hear people love you, they say that they love you, and they're like, oh man, they want to be around you. But let something bad happen to you, let a false allegation come to you, and people will turn on you just like that. The same people that say that they love you will turn against you. And this time, but the thing about this, you're in a higher spotlight than an average person. And when it was a time I wanted to be an actor, but man, I see what actors go through, and musicians and athletes, and people always trying to seem like they try to come at them in some crazy way. You got some people that's just crazy, and I'm like, man, I said, God, I don't care. I'm good. I'll stay behind your veil. I don't want to deal with all that craziness out there. I don't want that kind of attention. And then, and even if I had to, and the enemy knows like what type of woman that I would desire, and he'll send a woman that you think, wow, she may be from God, but she may not be from God. She might be a Jezebel and a witch in the making. So you have to make sure. Other words, even as a man, I have to make sure it's from God. I have to wait on it. And it's a rough wait. It's a rough wait, but it's worth it. But anyway, my name is James. I ain't gonna be on here too long because I'm not getting very likes of any views, but I just hope that anybody out there that will just hear what I say, take my advice. It's good not to be popular. It's good to be average. Just be an everyday Joe. Just people just walk past. Even I was thinking about even being rich. You have to be secretive with that, because you got some people out there would try to kill you. If you turn in like some of these people that hit the lottery or making over the average income, high standard income, people be trying to kill you. They try to rob you. So you have to, then that's something you have to worry about. So you have to be, just because we live in a crazy world. People are doggy dog. And you never know how the way deception is coming. So it's just something to think about. So it's good to be yourself. And I'm my old dull. If I'm born to someone, dull to somebody, maybe it's probably a good thing. Being on here, it probably is a good thing, because you probably don't want to track too much bad stuff, because you can track the wrong stuff, boy. You never know. Somebody be stand up over you in the middle of the night or something like that. So it's good not to be attracted to attract everything. To be attractive, to be enough to just attract the crazy mess. I'm just cool. But anyway, I'm just blaring on. But you guys have a good evening. Good morning, where you at? And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And good luck for those who are making videos and trying to find a way with good content to bring in the audience. And and just hope like I may be doing one of these in the future. Not too many of them, because I'm not. But if I do, it'd be something to bring about. All right, then you guys have a good day, good evening for where you at in the world in America. Until then, good night. Bye for now.